Hey everyone, this is a video that we've been talking about doing for a little while now, and we've just never got around to shooting it. But this is our engagement video. So we've been engaged for just over a year now, and we have a really beautiful proposal and engagement story. So we hope that you guys will enjoy it as much as we do.
So I'm not real sure where the whole story starts, but Melissa and I have been together a little over 8 years and been engaged for about a year of that. And we've lived together for about 6 years of our relationship. And we've always talked about being engaged and getting married and, of course, our future together. And really seriously been talking about getting married maybe the past 2 years and really working towards that.
Our story starts about 2 years ago. We had been together for a while already, and we had been living together for a while. And I think that our relationship around that time just started to evolve. And we started communicating a lot better. We got a lot closer. And our relationship just, kind of went up to the next step.
So Melissa and I went on a vacation in June. We went to Tennessee and we had a wonderful vacation together. And I was quite certain she was going to propose when we were on this vacation. But went through the whole vacation, no proposal, but that was perfectly fine. We enjoyed the vacation. Very first vacation we've ever been on together, just the two of us.
I had thought about proposing on the trip. And, I had this idea that we were going to go on this big hike and climb this little mountain. And then I'd propose at the top. But I just didn't feel like I would be ready in time. I really wanted to make sure that I took my time to plan everything and that it was exactly the way I wanted it to be. And I just didn't feel like this was going to be the right time. So I waited a bit more, but I knew at that time that I was definitely going to propose. I wasn't still unsure. Like, I definitely knew. I just needed to come up with a plan. Came home and our relationship was so good, and we were really doing well.
I think things even, I don't want to say got better, but really blossomed even after that. Like, I thought our relationship was really good and we were really doing well, and we went on this vacation, and again, it was the first time we'd ever really gone away, just the two of us, and really I felt brought us closer, and coming up after that felt really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a much needed vacation. I had thought a lot about how and when I was going to propose. And, I had all kinds of ideas. Like, initially, I thought of taking Katie on a surprise trip up to Hershey Park sometime in the next February for Valentine's Day. And I thought about, this big elaborate plan in front of all these people and how great it would be. And I really was serious about that plan. But then when I thought about it, I thought that, we'd really like something more intimate, just the two of us. It's nice to share the exciting news with other people, but, there's something special about sharing such an intimate moment with, just you and your partner. So, I had been tossing around a lot of ideas, and the Christmas season is really important to us. It's our favorite time of year. We go all out for Christmas. We both are from big Christmas families. And, Katie and I had always talked about it. And I always kind of said, well, a Christmas engagement, that's so cliche. That's so cliche. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, it is cliche, but it means so much to us. But it was really important for me that this be a surprise for Katie. I never seem to be able to keep a secret from her. I never seem to be able to surprise her. So I really wanted it to be a surprise. But she knew that I was planning on proposing. We had definitely talked about it. It wasn't like this was out of the blue and she wasn't expecting it.
And I could tell she was thinking about it because her attitude was changing. The way she was talking about it was getting more serious. So we went one day and we went to a ring store and was looking at rings and talking about what I liked, what I didn't like, and I picked out one that was my favorite, and we kind of walked away, not doing anything about it, but it was going up into probably October, and really seriously, I thought she was really getting that ring. We were gonna happen sometime soon, but in my head, I was like, she's definitely not gonna propose around the holidays. The holidays are really crazy. Her birthday's in the midst of it, and then she kept saying, "Oh, about 6 months, we'll see." Kind of go into it. So I was thinking maybe the spring, and totally just was thinking, you know what, if she decides to get the ring, she gets the ring now, whatever we do, but it'll probably be about 6 months is when she'll finally ask.
So, towards the end of October, we started ring shopping, which went really rough at first. We had a hard time agreeing on something. You know, what Katie would like, I'm like, no, I'm not happy with that, and things that I would like, she'd be like, there's no way. So we really had a hard time at first. You know, of course, I want Katie to have something that she likes, but I also want her to have something that I want her to have. I want something that when I look at it, I'm like, oh, you have such a nice ring. I got that for you. So we had a struggle.
Yeah.
It was a rough time. And I think part of the struggle Katie had was that she's always loved yellow gold. But then when, you know, you go to the store, you realize everything is white gold.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard. You know, that's what's in now. So when you go to the store and they've got 50 rings and 3 of them are yellow gold and they're all terrible looking, it makes it harder.
It makes it really hard to choose. And I was okay with getting white gold, but it was kind of just my taste getting the idea of it. I was okay with it, but then there was nothing I liked because I was looking for that yellow gold because I've always worn that. So it was a little bit more difficult than I imagined, and again, agreeing on what I kind of had liked and what I thought was a good range for us, and then you kept saying that wasn't good enough, and then you're trying to beat around that a little bit, but trying to be a little bit more low maintenance. No, this one's good enough. That's not good enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely didn't agree with that whatsoever.
But we finally picked out a ring.
Yes.
That we were both happy with. It was the very end of October because it was like the second week in November when I picked it up. And after I bought it, I was like, okay, this is real. We're doing this, and I need to get on my planning. You know, this moment is a moment we're going to remember forever, so it needs to be just right. That was probably the end of October that I ordered it. And then I furiously went to work looking for the right ornament, and it took me forever. I mean, I must have looked at hundreds and hundreds of ornaments and, you know, had the hardest time purchasing the one that I thought was right. So I had been looking at that, and, you know, every once in a while I would drop these hints. You know, I wanted the whole planning process. I wanted Katie to be a part of it, but I didn't want her to know she was a part of it. So, you know, I would drop these little hints. Oh, I want to do this. This is really important. So then I said, we're getting a real Christmas tree this year. And she's like, no, we're not. I don't like real trees. And I was like, no, we're going to get one. And then I ordered the ornament. I bought it off of Etsy, and it came in. I had it custom done. And it was actually really funny when I opened it because the place that it was from was actually where we went on vacation. There was a bunch of Christmas shops there, and I'm not sure if it came from the one that we went to, but I just thought it was really funny that we had gone on vacation to Pigeon Forge, and then I get the package from Etsy and it says, you know, the Christmas shop in Pigeon Forge, which I thought was really funny. But then once I had that, I started thinking about all the other details. So I decided that I needed a nice box to put it in, you know, something to store it in. And so I said to Katie, I need a box. I have a Christmas present for you, and it needs a special box. I need to find a box. So I kind of took her all over, and she's like, what's with this stupid box? And then another day I was like, oh, you know, I need some ribbon for a special gift for you. And so I was kind of dropping these hints, and she had no idea, but I knew that it would mean more to her afterwards if she could look back and be like, oh, that's what this was for. Oh, that's what that was for. So she was kind of a part of the process. Then when we got into 2 weeks before, I kind of had two jobs to worry about. The one was the presentation of the ornament in the box. So I had to, you know, I had the stuff, I had to get that going. The second was, I was like, well, what am I going to say? So, I mean, I spent so much time thinking about it. Like, every free moment, when I was driving or walking around at work or I was in the shower, I was constantly thinking about what I was going to say. And so I spent maybe a little over a week actually just thinking about it. And then I put it to paper, drafted it. Oh, no, I don't like that. Changed it. Because I really wanted it to be perfect. I didn't want to just be like, hey, will you marry me? Like, I wanted it to be memorable. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to collect the words at the time. So I had to really think about it. And so we finally get that all done. And then the next day was when we decorated it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you kind of did the bulk of that.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do anything. Usually we're like totally shared with pretty much everything we do. And we're decorating. I usually put the lights on. She helps put the ornaments on, stuff like that. We split the stuff with the yard. But I'm sitting there, I do all the lights, and I'm like, okay, let's do the ornaments. She comes, she puts like 2. She's like, oh, I'm going to go wash some dishes. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, help me decorate the tree. Like, it's a Saturday. I just want to do it. I want to sit. I want to relax. I just want to enjoy the tree. And, like, every 2 seconds, I'm like, hey, come do this. And she'd do, like, 2 things, and she'd run away. And she kept going to the kitchen. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you hungry? You want some lunch? And I'm like, no, I want to decorate the tree. And you're just taking forever. And I'm like, finally, like, whatever. So I just finished the tree. I really did a lot of it.
Yeah, you did the bulk of it. I had this nervous energy, so I'd go wash some dishes, or I'd go to the bathroom, or I'd go in the bedroom and fold something, or I had this nervous energy that I was trying to work out, and I was trying not to show her that I was nervous.
Which you did a good job. I didn't realize you were nervous, but you were aggravating me because I'm sitting here like, help me decorate the tree. Like, Merry Christmas, you wanted this real tree.
And now you don't want to do nothing.
You don't want to do anything with it. I'm like, come on, just sit with me and do the tree. So I was a little aggravated.
And finally sat down to enjoy the tree. And we turned the lights off. We turned the Christmas lights on the tree. Sat down on the couch and we're just sitting and relaxing. Now I'm tired and I'm exhausted. And we're looking at it. And it's so nice and romantic. We're cuddling on the couch. And she looks at me and she says, I think the tree's missing something. Now in my head, I'm flipping out because I've just worked so hard to get the tree. I think it looks great, and I've worked so hard and felt like she did nothing to help me, and she tells me something's wrong with the tree, or it's missing something, I'm sorry. So I got really, really upset, and I'm trying not to show it because I don't know what she's doing. She gets up, she goes in the other room, and she gets a box, and she comes back in with a box. She sits down on the couch next to me, shows the box, and I'm thinking, oh, she got a new ornament for us. That'll be really cute. Maybe that's what she meant. Okay, let's not be mad at her. So I decided to kind of see what she was doing. And she sits next to me. She kind of takes a big, deep breath and looks at me and starts talking to me. And I don't really know what she's doing. I feel like she's trying to give me this gift of an ornament. And I don't really know what's going on. And she's talking to me about our relationship and how she never really believed in soulmates, but knows that she really wants to be with me and that I'm the person for her, and going through, and all of a sudden it dawns on me that this is the proposal. And I immediately start crying, of course. And I'm sitting there and waiting, and then she finally opens up this box, and it is a beautiful ornament that says, will you marry me? And on the ornament, she tied the ring with the ribbon, and made it so beautiful and perfect that when I opened it up, there was the ornament and there was the ring. And of course I said yes, and it was a very special moment.
And then, we took our pictures in front of the tree with our ornament, and it was a really special moment. And I think that, I had all these other ideas, all these bigger, grander ideas, but I think that, the intimacy of it was really what made it perfect for us. So, and yeah, I think Katie agrees, we've talked about it, and she says, oh yeah, I couldn't have thought of a better way to do it. So I think that, this makes every Christmas time even more special for us. And now we have this ornament that every year, we can put on the tree. And, I saved kind of my rough draft of what I was going to say, and we keep it in the box. So every year we can open it and, read the speech and put it up. And so it's like our new little family tradition. So I think, it was the perfect proposal for us. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.